All right. Now, ladies. Now, fellas. Okay, traders. Welcome in. Much love, Trav here. Just got off work. This is just I'm kind of vlogging about the month, reflecting on things I need to work on. And I'm just happy to be where I am, 5 years into this trading thing. And October was a green month for me after a pretty rough year of scams and mistakes. And experimentation. Some of the experimentation was very expensive, but still really valuable. Not all trading losses is just a loss. Like, I lost a lot of money early in the year trading algos. And I lost more than I needed to learn, but it's a super valuable lesson. I learned a lot about back testing and computer testing, robustness, the actual math side of trading, right? Which is underrated. We all talk about psychology. It's true. If you have bad psychology, you can never win. But it's not enough to have good psychology. You need good strategy. And it really helps to have good strategy to have. And what helps with psychology is for me, I create fundamental ideas, and I have a guy that I work with who's great. He's a quant wizard, and he gets them computer back tested, and he's able to tell me, like, hey, your strategy actually works, and that boosts my confidence. So, I find out sometimes things don't work like you think they should. So anyways, you're gonna see this a little bit later, but I'm recording this after the first week in November, and I'm up like $7,000 in the first week of November, which is a great start to a month. And what's really funny, I made a lot of money. So what's happened recently is Bitcoin has broken a new all-time high, and it's been at new all-time highs for like 3 days. And it's really interesting how I'm making money and observing it. I made money long Bitcoin, but in the past day and a half, 2 days, the market's been straight green. The stock market, all the stocks, Bitcoin, the total market caps have been up in the last 2 days. And I was very short on the short side and made a bunch of money shorting. And that's kind of crazy to me, where it's like, and I'm realizing, like, I'm so good at trading the short side in crypto. I'm extremely good. And I've said this before, like, I want to be the best in the world at shorting crypto. It's kind of a silly thing, but I want to be one of the best traders, but I start off by dominating a niche. I'm great at shorting altcoins. That said, I want to get better at trading Bitcoin. I notice it's just so much harder for me I want to get better at longing Bitcoin. I don't know if that's what I said. It's so much harder for me to trade the long side, or at least it's for sure harder for me to maximize the long side. There's so many more opportunities trading the short side in crypto because everything's vaporware. So anything that's pumped, you can sell it. Even when the market's trending higher, if it gets too pumped on leverage and it hits an old sell-off level, it's gonna reverse, at least for a day or two. It's pretty predictable. It's a much slower waiting game for Bitcoin, and there's less to do, there's less opportunity. You don't get paid for getting in and out of positions. It's not to say that there aren't decisions to make of when to put on a position or when to cut it. It's just less frequent, and the better strategy is to do nothing a lot of the time, and I just have a really hard time with that. I find myself cutting my trade when I should hold it. One thing I'm good at now, though, is not selling or not shorting. Like, I'll never short Bitcoin. Why? I see people in my comments like, I'm going to short Bitcoin at 70, 80, 90,000, whatever, swing short. Why? Why don't you short any of the plethora of altcoins? Why short the best thing? So I see traders, or the strongest crypto, I see traders getting out of position already at all-time highs. I don't just look at the chart, but if we just look at the chart, if you trade all-time highs, it's one of the best setups in the book, is just to long all-time highs of any new asset. The data for the best returns for any 6-month period on the stock market in history is buying a new all-time high. Same goes with Bitcoin. Professional traders know this. National championship traders know this. So I'm like, why can't I hold the long, right? I closed it, reopened it, closed it, reopened it. Like, there's more for me to explore. Part of it's just different time frames. I'm more comfortable thinking 1 or 2 days ahead on shorts. I don't know. Needs work. Needs work. It needs introspection. But yeah, I mean, I've just noticed with Bitcoin at all-time highs, funding went negative at all-time highs. What does that mean? There was more people short than long at all-time highs. Why? What are you doing? Why are you guys shorting Bitcoin at all-time highs? What are you doing? Not participating in the all-time high breakout is pretty questionable. It's not great. But being short at all-time highs, what are you doing? Right? Just pick something weak instead. It's crazy. But people don't trade for sensible things. The last thought that I had today is, man, my short strategy is so good. One of the things that's great about it, it's rare to have good short strategies. It's really hard. And to have strategies that are inversely or uncorrelated to the market. So where you have long-only strategies, if you can throw in a short-only strategy that's inversely correlated, it smooths returns, it's really valuable. And in the hedge fund industry, having a short-only strategy is very attractive, even if the returns don't look amazing, just because it's inversely correlated. But I had the thought that I could never make a hedge fund out of shorting alts because the liquidity isn't there. Even shorting the top 100 or 200 alts, I could probably scale up to $1 million positions, but probably not much more than that, right? I'm going to run into problems with illiquidity. So that's not a problem for me because I can make a living and a good living. But if my ambition is to run like a hedge fund around shorting alts, I could never do it. It's just, there's not enough liquidity there. The slippage would be too bad. The same strategy wouldn't work. You couldn't get in and out as smoothly. So there's advantages to being small, and this advantage doesn't exist in Forex. It doesn't exist in it probably maybe exists in stocks, but shorting stocks is not as good as shorting altcoins because there's still a business behind the stocks. And I'm just here giving it away for free. Probably a mistake. Teaching y'all I should not do this, but I guess I make a little bit of ad rev. Barely anything though. It's kind of pointless. The money that I make is from when you teach, you learn. That's one of the best ways to learn. So that's what we're doing. That's why I do this. But I'm getting home. I'm pulling in with the dog. And I have a coaching call. Kind of too close here. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. Smash them keys, keyboard warriors. Let's see it. Okay. Appreciate y'all. Much love, yo. And talk to y'all soon. This is what I come home to. Yeah. My best friend.